Let's bring in our first guest of the day from the Blackwater, Darren Long.
Chuck,
Hello,
how you doing,
Darren.
man?
How's it going, buddy?
Good, man.
Woo! All right. Okay, so the Blackwater, you're the founder?
Yes, I am.
You invented it?
Well, I don't know if I invented it.
You found it in the ground?
Found it in the ground.
Like a bubbling brew? Or
Well,
what?
that's where we come from. I mean, that's, our bodies are made up of minerals and bacteria, and we have to have that in order to survive.
Doesn't sound so nice when you put it like that, does it?
It's the truth. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how you came about finding this.
Well, I've been looking for something, actually for my whole family, but we've, over the years, have gotten sick a lot. I played football, and like I said, I think it was on the last show, about 45, I didn't want to live anymore. But I've also been in the ag industry over 30 years, too, working with farmers and stuff, and trying to get them to put down bacteria and minerals in the ground to replenish, because, as you know, our soils are very depleted. And right now, it's so bad that we don't get those nutrients anymore. What's really
it's from over farming, isn't it? It's from not letting the ground rest a season.
That's a big one. Yes, we should every 7 years.
Greed takes over.
Greed takes over. But it's not really greed.
Of course
Everybody's got to make a living on it. But if you really don't deplete your soils, if you replenish your soils, that's the problem.
So you're saying that you, without letting it rest, you can put the minerals back into the soil, which in turn will grow into the food?
It grows in. The food absorbs it and it passes it on. And the farmers, you can't blame them, because really you could pay up to $2,000 an acre to do that replenishing, and they're not going to get another penny more for nutritious food. Why would you do that? Economical sense says I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'll tell you something. I grow a big garden every year. This year I'm a little wary about growing a garden because of the water, but I'm going to be growing a few things. So, I have to. It's in my blood. So what I do, I'm going from seed this year, and I took some of the Blackwater and I poured it in the tray. Mm-hmm. And these things are growing like crazy. Is it me, or am I crazier than?
That's it. That's what causes it. I mean, it makes the plant healthy. There's no question. But you're not going to get more of a production of fruit, but you're going to get really, or vegetables, but you're going to get a really high nutritious, high nutrient content food.
How about size?
Size, it'll grow a little bit bigger too.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, you're going to get it.
now,
it's the more you put on it, Chuck. I mean, that's the reality of it.
I've heard a lot of things about this Blackwater, other than the testimonials that I give every day. What kind of things have you heard?
It doesn't stop. And I've been really working a lot with some of my buddies that have retired in the NFL. And I'm sure you've heard of the concussion, the chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is really constant banging of your head. And then you when you talk to them, you look, and the reaction I'm getting back is, over the years, they're full of arthritis, and brains are going away. They're highly addicted to all kinds of different things, and they don't know why.
Painkillers?
Painkillers is one of them, yeah, alcohol. But I've been giving it to them, some buddies, and the response just in that arena is amazing. I mean, they're saying, at first they didn't believe it. I said, you got to try it, but now they're
well, it's ugly.
It is. It tastes good.
That's the first thing to get by.
Yeah.
The first obstacle is, do you want to put that in your mouth?
At least you know there's something in there. I mean, you always see water out there that says mineral water, but where is the minerals in it? Mm-hmm. And what's really unique about this product that's different from any other product is the new discovery of really a high, rich fulvic and humic acid, which is minerals. Mm-hmm. And with the people don't understand is the humates, which makes that black, that binds, is what brings up your pH. And you said that, cancer doesn't survive in high pH. And that was said by Otto Warburg. Now, listen to this. That was 1931, and he's the one that discovered that cancer cannot grow in a high pH body. It only grows when it's acid.
I think we've all figured out that the money's in the medicine, not
in the
cure,
medicine,
man.
yeah.
So that's the fulvic, or the humic.
No, that's the humic that
Okay,
raises
what's
the
the fulvic do?
pH. Now, fulvic does two things. It drives nutrients into your cells, and it also cleans it out. That's why this stuff is really working on encephalopathy, which is what happens is your brain is trapping proteins in there, and it's an inflammation. But the blood barrier is really hard to cross. But this fulvic is making that cleansing part get out of the brain. So the thing I'm hearing a lot, and it happened to me too, is I feel like I'm waking up. I've been like in
more alert.
Coma. Yeah, they're waking up. That's the most common thing that I'm told from these guys with the encephalopathy problems. And if anybody can understand it, even in football, even from the kids, go watch Frontline, a League of Denial. You should watch that. But when we're
Is that about the concussion?
that's about the concussion. It's a great documentary. It has.
So are you saying that this could help reverse the concussion?
It's a start of it. That's the foundation of it. But when you start feeding nutrients, brain nutrients, which we're just getting ready to come out with a really neat thing that's working, and we're working with some scientists on it. That fulvic is driving those nutrients in the brain. That's where we're getting the wake up deal. But that's the I'll have to get you something, right? That's the foundation of everything right there. And I try to tell people that if you're buying vitamins, you're wasting your money unless you have minerals in your system. You have to have minerals in order for vitamins to work. You have to have bacteria.
Do these attach to the vitamins?
The fulvic does. It'll drive it in, yes. And then the humates, which is the black, is, the studies are coming. I don't know if you talk with Doug a lot on it, but the CDC.
I try to.
Yeah, well, it's amazing stuff because, what is a good one? Dr. Love really talks about humates to really get it to people to understand how it really attaches to viruses. Now, the United Nations have done many studies on this stuff with AIDS and HIV, and they've already made the claims this cures the AIDS and HIV virus.
What?
Hemorrhagic viruses, flu viruses. It's not I'm saying. This is what the United Nations. Now, we're not hearing this in the United States. We're hearing this in other countries. Now,
wow.
That's what, you can Google that up and look at and find those studies on it. So if that's the truth, why wouldn't you want to have humates in your body every day?
Because it attacks the free radicals?
No, what it does is a virus tries to find a host cell, and it'll find one. And when it does, it'll start multiplying. Well, the humates, or the humic acids, will attach. It's like Dr. Lum is really great at talking about how it's like
so your body passes them, it grabs it and gets rid of it?
Well, the humate does. It'll kill it. What it does is it like you said, when the United Nations made that statement, it safely kills the AIDS and the HIV virus. And then you understand what it's doing is it's attaching to the cells. It won't let it multiply, and then they'll die off on the virus cells. So. It's pretty
That's a pretty large claim right there.
I'm not making the claim. That's the United Nations.
Right.
You guys can Google that up yourself. I only report what I read.
Let's talk about the enzyme, the probiotic energy blend.
What about it?
Tell me about it.
It's an enzyme.
I feel like I know a lot about the black water, but I just take the enzyme.
No, the enzymes are great. Again, now here's the thing. See, you got to understand. You have to have minerals like boron and copper to make this work. To make this work in its best environment. If that's not in your system, that doesn't work.
Wow.
So you have to have that. Always keep that as your base. And everything that we're doing right now. Because we're doing stuff with arthritis, we're doing stuff with brain, heart. I don't know if you just heard, the NFL just released $100 million to Harvard to study why professional athletes in the NFL die 20 years younger than the average person. And we really already know what that is. That's years of mineral deficiency and depletion from sweat.
The chromium.
And I'm trying to get it down into the kids, we're working with USA Wrestling and some of the football, is get these kids to start replenishing every day. And it's the rest of your life.
Not with those sport drinks either.
The sports drinks are nothing but sugar, dyes. Some
salt.
of them have aspartame in it, high fructose, which is genetically altered twice, not once, twice. And that is probably the worst stuff you could actually put in. Now, if you want sugar, sugar's good when you sweat too, but nothing wrong with eating a grape or an orange either. That's what we should be replenishing with water.
You know what I heard? I heard the black water cures a hangover.
You know why?
That's what I heard.
No, what it is, and we're not promoting alcohol, but what happens, it's the same thing as an athlete. When you're drinking, you're
Drink like an athlete.
You drink like an athlete. You dehydrate, which that's another story in itself. You know, these athletes, even when I played, you get into you're drinking too. There's no question about
it.
There's nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
I know
about.
how it is.
And now you're doubled it. Why that works is that it's high in electrolytes, which rehydrates you during the night. And if you don't take it during the night, you take it in the morning, it'll rehydrate you. It's the same concept when you drink.
It's better to feel it work. Because do it while you're awake in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. So the 2-pack that I got going for $50, that's a hell of a deal, isn't it?
You can't put a price on health.
Uh-huh.
If you look at how much does that cost you a month. I mean, most people spend $3, $4, $5 a day in coffee and crap that they eat, and it's up to people. I keep saying, there's a point, there's a time you're going to pay if you don't replenish, and it happened to me. And I just want to share the news and tell people that, hey, you know what? Even if people are sick, which I love with working with people that are sick, that how you can bring, it's not the product. Man doesn't make a supplement, and it doesn't make a medication that heals the body. Your body heals itself. You just got to have the right nutrients in your body for it to heal. It's that easy.
Darren Long, I could talk to you all day, man. All right, you guys, you heard it from Darren Long. If you want a 2-pack, come on down to Central Valley Talk Studios. I got 3 left for only $50. Darren, thanks a lot for coming by.
Thanks, Chuck. Always
we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.